But her voice is everywhere.
When I first started, it was really all about having that kind of a voice.
We're talking to the queen of voiceover. And in Better Today, People Magazine's hottest bachelors. Plus,
Jen's trying to tell me that this couch is green. I think it's beige, Jen.
Organic. Actually, I'm going to show you how you can get any fabric in your home to be green, organic, and sustainable.
Cool. That's coming up.
And you've gotten the interview. Now take 10 years off your age and your resume.
It's not the shallowness of the plastic surgery, it's the real attitude.
We'll tell you how to win a resume makeover. Then, road tripping with Better. We're checking out the West Coast up close.
Hi, everybody. It's Better. I'm Audra Lowe. You know, there's a few things out there that can actually kill your chances of moving up in the workforce. Maybe you complain a little bit too much. I'm sorry to tell you, but you got to stop. That's one of the work survival tips that we're talking about today. All of them to make your boss recognize that you are a valuable asset. Plus, put your best face forward, but first, smear on a little bit of fruit. We're going to show you how to make a spa facial, and it's all with ingredients straight from the kitchen. Now, let's turn it over to Kimberly.
Thank you, Audra. Hello, everyone. I'm Kimberly Moss. Now, Better Today. It's that time of year when we all get to drool over the latest People magazine. The hottest Bachelor issue is out. On the cover, Gossip Girl's Chase Crawford. Not only is he the hottest Bachelor right now for his looks and likability, but people told us he's one you could bring home to mom.
Chase would be the one you would definitely want to bring home to mom. He's a nice young man. He's not only a well-raised kid, he grew up in Texas, close with his family, but he's also very polite. I think that's a big criteria.
50 bachelors made the cut, including Twilight's Rob Pattinson, the guys from Entourage, Chris Pine, and Bret Michaels. People's hottest Bachelor issue is on newsstands now. Actor Michael Shannon has suddenly become a hot commodity since his role in Revolutionary Road. He plays Kathy Bates' son, a brilliant mathematician who suffers a nervous breakdown. Shannon says his Academy Award nomination was due in large part to his talented co-stars.
That's why this performance is getting so much of attention, is because I was challenged by being surrounded with such extremely gifted artists. When you find yourself in that situation, you really have to push yourself to rise to the level of everyone around you.
Shannon says the Oscar nomination hoopla hasn't died down yet, but he's busy fulfilling commitments made before Blu-ray with deleted scenes. Audra?
Thanks so much, Kimberly. Well, if you've had your TV on or the radio on in the past week, chances are you've heard the most recognizable female voice announcer in America. Randy Thomas has been a voiceover artist for nearly 15 years. She's heard every single day on shows like The Insider, Entertainment Tonight, and she was also the first woman to announce the Academy Awards, the Tonys, and the Oscars 7 times. Today, Randy's given some insight to all of us into the lucrative business of voiceover. She's got a new book out called Voice for Hire. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Audra.
I just love hearing you talk.
Pleasure to be here.
Just like to hear you talk. So we mentioned earlier you do Entertainment Tonight, The Insider, we hear you on the radio, Hooked on Phonics.
I'm a part of all of those shows. It really has been a dream come true because I was a DJ. I started out in radio as a broadcaster.
Right, right.
So I was used to working with my voice, but then being able to leave radio and live the life of my dreams by working out of a home studio. I have a 12 being able to be around her as she's growing up.
And you've been doing this for nearly 15 years, too. So
15 years as a voiceover,
right.
Almost 20 years as a DJ before that.
Wow. And it's not just having a good voice. So many people think, hey, you've got a great voice. You can do voiceovers. Just like any other job, there's skills and talents that you have to have. Some of those things that people don't recognize would be?
Well, the thing about voiceover is that it really doesn't matter about the kind of voice you have today. When I first started, it was really all about having that kind of a voice. But today, there are so many aspects to voiceover work. And whether there's commercials or animation, the voice of TV characters, promo, which is the area that I happen to specialize in, there are so many kinds of voices, because if you're watching an MTV or a Nickelodeon or a Disney Channel, you're hearing a more youth-oriented voice, probably teenage sounding, because today's they're looking for more of that peer sound as opposed to the parental sound.
And when you're recording, you say you use your body also. You're not just standing there doing your thing. You're actually moving around, right? Does that help?
Well, that's the thing. You know, when you're doing voiceover, here's the microphone. Your mouth always has to remain consistent to where the microphone is. But that doesn't mean that you can't move your hands for energy.
Right.
When you're an actor and you're used to being on a stage, you have that physicality that you can use to get your point across. But when you're doing voiceover, in order to create some enthusiasm or give yourself more energy, as I'm using my hands now, that's pretty much how I am when I'm recording. But I just remember that the mic is there and my mouth has to remain in a certain position to the microphone.
So, Randy, let's give everybody out there an example. We've got a little promo here. Hate to put you on the spot. Now, you can either read it, it's in the prompter, or you can read it off paper here. So, whichever you feel comfortable.
This was a promo that we ran on Entertainment Tonight, and it was sort of a behind-the-scenes look at the Queen. Queen Elizabeth at home and unguarded. More from the Barbara Walters exclusive. Then Katie, Catherine, we count down the top 10 celebrity wedding dresses of all time. So
I love it.
So let me hear you read it.
No, you don't want it. No. See, I charge too much, so they won't. Man, I'm just kidding. I'm only kidding.
We couldn't afford you.
But I love it because you have to go from sexy to outrageous at the drop of a dime with your voice.
Pretty
much. Forth, right?
And the copy will always dictate what kind of a read you should give it. If you look at the words, they'll sort of jump out at you.
Why did you decide to write this book, Voice for Hire?
I wrote the book because I thought I've learned a lot about how to navigate the slippery slope that is voiceover. And it feels good to share some of that knowledge. Peter Rofe, who comes more from the coaching side. I teach you about promos and what doing live announce is like.
It's great to have you here in the studio. Thank you so much. Good luck with the book,
Appreciate
too.
It,
Again, Randy's book is called Voice for Hire. It's available now. There's so many topics in there, like she mentioned, like auditions, getting an agent, and getting work even with game and award shows. So you should check it out. Kimberly, we'll send it back to you.
She's terrific. Audra, thank you. Well, of course, the big talk these days is how to go green, and it doesn't stop short in your home design. Designer Jennifer Adams gave Brooke a lesson in green fabrics.
Jen and I are shopping at Lindy Limited. This is a showroom just for designers. No one off the street can just come walk right in here.
No, they can't. And they show fabrics here. They have furniture. They have light fixtures, but mainly fabrics.
And we're lucky enough to be in here because of Jen. We're looking for fabrics, green fabrics. How can we find green fabric?
Well, ask your designer if you're going to be in a showroom like this, but if you go into just a store, make sure that you get a fabric that has a certification.